Are you prepared to put your spelling skills to the ultimate test with these 50 challenging words? Get ready, dive in, and remember to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting quizzes. Which word is spelled correctly? Is it related to accommodation? Think millennium. Which spelling is correct for a period of 1,000 years? This one's about taking precedence. Which is the correct spelling for the word that means to supersede? How about a word that describes feeling ashamed or self-conscious? Spell it out. We're talking about how often something happens, which is the correct spelling for this term. Spell the word that means an expert judge in matters of taste and culture. Which word means absolutely necessary or essential? Spell it out. How do you spell the word that refers to the way a word is pronounced? Spell the term for a person who writes plays. Which word means to persistently disturb or torment? Spell it correctly. How's the quiz going? If you're enjoying the challenge, please like and subscribe to support us as we bring you more engaging content. Stay tuned for more tricky questions. How do you spell something that cannot be foreseen or predicted? Spell the word that means a set of written or printed questions with a choice of answers. Which word refers to the inner sense of what is right or wrong in one's conduct or motives? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word that represents a strong, regular, repeated pattern of movement or sound? Which word describes the act of using someone else's work or ideas without giving them proper credit? Spell it correctly. Spell the word that means to represent something as being greater, better, or more intense than it actually is. How do you spell the word that means strange or unusual in an unsettling way? Which word means extremely small or tiny? Spell it out. Spell the word that means to forecast or predict a future event. Which word means impossible to resist? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word that means to establish a line of communication or cooperation between parties? Spell the word that means feeling or showing gratitude. Which word means extending in the same direction, equidistant at all points and never meeting? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word that means required to be done, achieved, or present, needed? Spell the word for a type of candy on a stick. Which word means a system for organizing and measuring time? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word for a place where food is prepared and served to customers? Spell the word for something that happens from time to time, but not regularly. Which word means to treat with a vaccine to produce immunity against a disease? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the title used for the rulers of ancient Egypt? Spell the word for a cocktail made with rum, citrus juice, and sugar. Which word means an escape of blood from a ruptured blood vessel? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word for a dark outline or shadow of a person or object? Spell the word for a person employed to drive a private or hired car. Which word refers to a decorative hanging light with branches for several light bulbs? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the color that is a purplish red hue? Spell the word for small, flavorful dishes served as appetizers before a meal. Which word means a keepsake or souvenir? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word for a natural or artificial pond or lake used to store water? Spell the word for a sudden and widespread disaster. Which word means a type of free weight used in weightlifting? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word for making someone feel very happy, animated, or elated? Spell the word for a constantly changing pattern of shapes and colors. Which word means to convert a substance into a liquid form? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the term for a word that imitates the sound it represents? Spell the word for a typical example or pattern of something. Which word means a state of uncertainty or perplexity? Spell it correctly. How do you spell the word for representing the most perfect or typical example of a quality or class? Spell the word for a large, thick-skinned mammal with one or two horns on the snout. Which word means to spell a word incorrectly? Spell it correctly. And that's a wrap on our super hard spelling quiz. How did you do? Were some words trickier than others? Share your experiences and your score in the comments below. Thanks for participating, and remember to like, share, and subscribe for more challenges. Keep sharpening those spelling skills.